Hi guys, so I wanted to come on and tell the story about how I lost 50 pounds. Um, I didn't realize I had gained 50 pounds at the time, and my assistant came to me with a challenge. And so that probably should have clued me in that I was gaining a lot of weight, because no one comes up to you and just says you need to lose weight. But she did offer to go on a challenge with me, and it wasn't a challenge. It was actually the Dr. Oz 3 day cleanse, and I recommend that I give it to clients, I give it to friends, I give it to everybody all the time because it's only 3 days. And when we did it, my assistant lost 10 pounds. I didn't lose any weight. I didn't lose not 1 pound on it, but what I did do was I felt so much better. Like, I have siblings that are a lot older than me, and my mom was, older when she had me. And so what I noticed was that, you know, when my mom was alive, like when she would get out of bed in the morning, she would almost kind of hobble. And then my older sisters, when they get out of bed in the morning, they kind of hobble. And then the rest of the day, they're fine. They walk normal. And so I had gotten to a point that when I would get out of bed in the morning, I didn't even realize it, but I had the hobble. And so in my mind, that hobble was just a part of, I don't know, my genetics. That was just something that was supposed to happen. But after doing that 3 day Dr. Oz diet, the hobble went away. The hobble that I didn't even realize was there until it was gone went away. So in the mornings, I just didn't feel stiff, and I just felt, even though I didn't lose any weight, I felt so much lighter. And so I was a health science major in college. I was always interested in health and wellness. I worked in hospitals throughout college, and it just always became, something that I had interest in. So immediate and Dr. Oz is like, wah, to me. So I was always watching his show and investigating, reading peer-reviewed journals, books, everything about health and wellness. But anyway, so I started researching inflammation at that point and realizing that hobble was really from inflammation, and that 3 day cleanse had eliminated a lot of the inflammation from my body, and just the feeling that I got. It wasn't even about weight loss anymore. It was just that feeling. And so as I continued on that path, on that journey of learning and discovery, I started reading Dr. Fuhrman's books and information, and realizing that a nutritarian lifestyle was for me for at least a short time. So Eat to Live was the book that I lived by. And I did a very strict version of Eat to Live for 6 weeks. I will tell you now, that was not easy. I don't know how I got myself into the mindset to do it, because even now it's been, I mean, years since I did that. Um, I think it's 6 years now since I first went nutritarian for 6 weeks, and in that time period, I'll tell myself, yeah, I'm going to do it again for 6 weeks. I'm going to go strict nutritarian, and I haven't been successful since. So it's really something that takes, well, for me, it took some meditation and some deep thought and desire of, I really, really want to do this. I really want the benefits of this. And I just got into it. And so for 6 weeks, it was just fruits and vegetables, no salt, very few fruits, um, nuts and seeds, and that was about it. And so from there, I really got into juicing, and I got into smoothies, and I got into um, just finding different ways of preparing vegetables without a lot of oil, or, for the 6 weeks, I didn't use any oil. I sauteed everything or baked everything. Um, and so anyway, after those 6 weeks, I had lost 30 pounds. And that was really all the weight that I wanted to lose. I didn't think I needed to to lose 50 pounds. I had gone to one of those clinics, and I wrote about this on my blog, and I think the story is also in my book, but I had gone to one of those clinics where they give you like the B12 shot and they give you some other shots, and, it's all to help you lose weight. And they give you these pills, but I think the pills um, probably aren't the best idea for your heart. But anyway, I went with a friend to one of these clinics, and then I thought that that was going to be my quick weight loss plan, that I was just going to do what my friend was doing and all the weight was going to go away, and my life would be better. And the lady told me that she couldn't treat me because my blood pressure was too high and I needed to come back when my blood pressure was lower. So she told me I needed to lose 50 pounds. And so I really thought the lady was crazy. Like, 50 pounds? I don't need to lose no 50 pounds. I may need to lose 30 pounds. But I was so destined to, I'm going to lower my blood pressure and I'm going to go back to her and she's going to help me lose 30 pounds. And then she's going to realize I only need to lose 30 pounds. Why I wanted to prove that to this lady, only heaven knows. But anyway, to her credit, I went to my doctor right after that, and my doctor said, yeah, your blood pressure is high, and I'm going to put you on blood pressure medication. And I was like, please don't do that. Give me 30 days. So in addition to wanting to lose the weight, I really wanted to get my blood pressure in line. And so I did eat to live, and I went to my doctor 30 days later. There was no need for blood pressure medication. 6 weeks later, I had lost 30 pounds. And I never stayed strict nutritarian after that. I never even stayed strict vegan after that. But it completely changed my life and how I live and how I do things, because it's what works for me. Now, I have since then, during that entire time period, and even now, I don't feed my son what I eat, right? I don't think that the nutritarian lifestyle is for everyone. I don't think a vegan lifestyle is for everyone. And a fully vegan lifestyle isn't for me. Like, I don't like milk. I've never liked milk. So giving up milk was never difficult for me. I did like ice cream, but there are so many different variations of vegan ice cream now, or just putting frozen bananas in a Vitamix is the same as ice cream for me. So I say that to say that what resonated with me and what seemed to be the right diet for me was to be vegan. I think if I were to live my optimal life and be on my optimal diet, that it would be a vegan diet. I don't believe that that's true for everyone. Um, you know, in becoming a health coach, they teach you a lot about bio-individuality and how everyone has a different dietary need. So I would never suggest that everyone should go vegan or everyone should go nutritarian. But I can tell you that for me, that's the path that helped me to reach my health and wellness goals. And I've years later, now I'm experiencing some new health challenges, and that's my default to go back to, nutritarian and, more strict vegan, because that's what feeds my soul. So anyway, first 6 weeks, lost 30 pounds. And then from there, I tried to do as much raw as possible. Raw was really difficult for me because I couldn't have a lot of fruits. I needed to focus on the vegetables, and just, even though I love vegetables, if I eat raw vegetables, I like tabbouleh. I like things that are like finely chopped and, have garlic and onion and, more spice to them. So just chopping up bland vegetables and putting them in a salad has never really worked for me, just as a habit. So anyway, after that, though, I realized that I was eating far more vegetables than before. I was getting in far more greens than I ever had before. I was eating far less meat. I wasn't eating any milk, very few milk products. I think for a long time I was still putting half and half in my coffee, because I think the only times I've ever given up coffee and wine in my life, like given it up completely, were throughout my pregnancy and then for those 6 weeks that I was nutritarian. So Anyway, but because my lifestyle had changed so much and because I was exploring so many different things here on YouTube, I was looking at, following different people and taking on different habits and different recipes. And honestly, I really started getting into meditating. And one of my meditations was chopping. Like I would come home from work during a stressful time because, I've talked about it before. I was going through a heartbreaking divorce and I was a single mom, and those weren't the things that I wanted for my life. And so it made me feel good that I was doing something healthful for myself and for my son. So I would go buy all of the produce that I liked. I'd come home and I'd get to chopping. And while I was chopping, I would either play, I have a habit of, if I'm stressed out, I play music that's in another language, because then I don't have thoughts about it. I just feel the music. And I would do that and get to chopping. And it became sort of a meditation for me. It became my happy place. And so as that became my happy place, I just continued on a journey that I started doing Zumba. And I would do Zumba as often as I could, and I started loving it. And then I would try it on the Xbox. I didn't like that so much, but whenever I could get to a Zumba class, I did. And then over, I would say, the next 6 months, I lost the additional 20 pounds. But that part is hard to really pinpoint with a time, just because, number one, I wasn't planning to lose that much weight. I think when I was my puffiest, I was in a size 14 and venturing into a size 16. And then after Eat to Live, I was a size 10, which is where I always wanted to be. Or that's what I wanted to maintain. That's what I thought was my body type. And then within a few months, I was a size 8, and probably within a week of buying the size 8s, then they were a little too big. So now I still wear a lot of my 8s, but if I buy something new, it's a 6, and it's been that way for the past 2 years. But again, I was completely content, and my life had been transformed by just the 6 weeks of going nutritarian. So anyway, that's how I lost 50 pounds. I would say the keys to it were finding a strategy that worked for me, and for me it was nutritarian. And then the Zumba definitely helped with the last 20 pounds. The whole 6 weeks that I was on Eat to Live, I walked, but I didn't do any Zumba during that time. So it was after that. The Zumba helped me to lose the last 20 pounds. And then meditation was huge for me, because it was not only helping me to relieve the stress that I was experiencing, but was also helping me to keep focus on who I wanted to be, where I wanted to be, what direction I wanted to move in terms of, once I lost the weight, what was my life going to look like. So that's how I lost my 50 pounds. And if you have more questions for me, you can post them in the comments. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.